Welcome everybody to Beyond Movies. I'm Callum, that's Kyle, and today we are talking about very interesting topics such as the Daredevil Born Again trailer, and then we're going to talk about the Daredevil Born Again trailer, and then we're going to talk about the Daredevil Born Again trailer, and then we're going to bring it back home and talk about the Daredevil Born Again trailer. So, and sometimes Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock! Fucks! No.
Steve
Matt Murdock.
Fucks. Kyle,
Can
I tell my story?
Okay,
So, I was at work today, and the boys knew this trailer were coming at 3, and we got ready, and then as soon as we were there watching it, someone pulls up. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, we're going to have to sort this out first. So then we sort them out, and then we boom, press play again, and then someone else pulls up. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. So eventually we got around to watching it, and I did hold in my tears in front of everyone at work, and then I snuck off into my office, watched it again, cried, and then I watched it again, didn't cry, because I'm a big boy and I got over it. This trailer's fucking perfect. It is. I don't need to see anything else now for Daredevil Born Again, and I feel like they've shown us so little as well, but so much at the same time in terms of like tone and what this what this show's going to be like. You can already tell. They said it's going to be a couple months ago. They said it's going to be more brutal than the Netflix show in some aspects. We're seeing Matt break people's arms. We're seeing him do, like, not just oblique kicks, like where you kick someone's knee, right? He's doing, like, oblique jumping kicks and, like, snapping the legs. Fucking, oh my god. Kingpin, Daredevil, Matt and fucking Fisk sat down next to each other, speaking. I think a lot of people forget that this show, the action's great, and everything. This show is built on fantastic conversations, and that looks like that's going to be one of them places where we get one. In that diner. Muse, the suit is fantastic, but Kyle, just give me your quick thoughts right away. How did it go down with you watching the trailer for the first time?
So, for me...
Anyway, this trailer's so good, sorry.
I fucking loved it. I think it's really, like, ignited, like, an excitement spark. I don't feel like I haven't felt in quite a while, to be completely honest with you.
Can I guess for you?
We've had... What's that?
When you last felt excitement like this?
Go on.
Would it be Spider-Man No Way Home?
In a sense, yeah, but I mean that, like, in a TV show
Off
aspect.
at TV?
Because yeah. So for me, like, obviously I was excited for the new season of The Boys and things like that. But I watched Daredevil when it first came out years ago, and obviously I rewatched it a little while after when everything was released. And then I watched it fairly recently, I'd say like a couple months back. It might have been like a year ago now, not thinking about it. And I was like, fuck, man, I missed seeing this character, and I missed this tone and this atmosphere and just this world, which, it's so beautifully handcrafted. And you compare that to like other Marvel shows, like, yeah, there's, we won't talk about them that much, but this is something else, man. This felt like it felt like, how X-Men 97 sort of like reignited the X-Men series, the animated series, and it like bolstered it up even sort of further to higher expectations. This is what that's doing for me. This is like season 4, but we're going all out here. Yeah. And I think for me as well, like, you'll agree with me on this, and I agree with you with the conversations and stuff. This trailer doesn't show you any of the action until, like, really at the end.
And it's, like, split. And it's, like quick, and then...
Yeah. So that's the thing, that this show, like, as great as the action can be sometimes, and it has some standout moments in the previous seasons, you know. But this looks like it's like, no, no, we're not going to fill our trailer with loads of action because that's not really what the show's about. It's about
Yeah.
these characters and this environment and this world, and it's like, yeah, you've nailed it. It's like you've got all these great sort of little moments in the trailer, these nice little shots and conversations, especially with Fisk and obviously Matt. And then at the end, it's like, yeah, have some action here. This is what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
Mate.
oh, it looks so good. It looks like they've gone from, you know how like it feels like it's gone from a TV show to like a big movie budget. That's what it feels like to me. But it also feels like it's still very much connected to
Yeah.
this world.
No, definitely. I mean, look, there's all them little Easter eggs there, you know, when it's, you know, Fisk's the mayor now. What the fuck? How did that happen? Especially if the first 3 seasons are canon. It's like, this guy's got a fucking history. But then again, we've just seen in the US how a felon's just got into the highest position of power possible, so, you know,
I mean,
it's possible.
shit. People can be very forgiving for sometimes,
Yeah.
and you know, sometimes I do not know why, but you know, we won't get into that. But I mean, if you compare, like, if you say, you know, how is Fisk mayor, and it's like, well, like you just said,
Yeah.
there's people in real life that have gotten higher than Fisk
Yeah.
and have done worse. So
Well, I don't know
you know.
about worse. I wouldn't say
Maybe not worse.
not cop killing and stuff like
not
that.
cop killing,
Crushing
but some
people's heads
pretty terrible-
indoors.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, people have done some pretty bad things behind closed doors that we probably
Yeah.
don't even know about. But yeah,
No, definitely. And, oh, God, how good does Muse look? Just that mask with the bloody eyes running down. That shit looks terrifying. It looks like we get a fight scene with Matt and Muse, and Matt gives his, I don't want to say signature primal scream, because I've seen him do it once in Daredevil Season 2, but I just love that fight in Daredevil Season 2 where Stick tells him he needs to listen for, you know, the breath of the hand, because the monitoring the heartbeats, they're not using the weapon, so he can't hear the weapons coming at him. And he's like, sometimes they're just gonna exhale. And then he can hear the ninjas again, and he beats their ass, and he just like puts his arms down and screams. It looks like he's doing that shit again. What are your thoughts on the new suit? Like, now we got to look at it in action.
it looks a lot beefier. I think it looks more like. So, for me, the best way I can say it is because, you know, you've got all these sort of different suits and body types. So for me, this suit is very much like the Tobey Maguire of Spider-Man. It's like that big, beefier, sort of like, you know, almost intimate. Well, especially with Daredevil, it makes it more intimidating because it's like, you know, before Daredevil would use a lot of stealth. I'm going to say stealth mechanics then, but a lot of stealth elements, and he'd be sort of like, he'd be
Use the
very
darkness.
smart with his, and be very smart with how he sort of moves and how he takes on people. I can't lie, this growth of Daredevil, it's like the Dark Knight Returns kind of thing. He looks like, I don't give a fuck, I'm just going in and I'm breaking all your fucking limbs. Like, he's probably will do some smart things, you know, being like, in the fight scenes, there will be some really good choreography, and it you know, it's still Daredevil, but this looks like it's more of a, I'm not gonna, like, try, you know, bruise you here or get you knocked out or whatever. It's like, I'm breaking your 2 arms and all your toes and everything in between.
When he breaks that guy's arm, fuck, you know.
Yeah.
And that's him as Matt Murdock. He does that.
But I mean, do you know what, another thing as well? We do see Daredevil get beaten the shit out of quite a bit, and you know, this looks like it's kind of following that trope of, okay, we're going to see Matt get, you know, take a lot of damage here, but at the same time, he's going to be dishing out probably 3 times as more damage. So
and always does, and always gets back up. And that is the Murdoch way. Always getting back up. You know, what was I going to say? There's so many things I want to say about this trailer, and so many things I want to say at once. We've done the suit. We've done the thingy. Talks about Muse. Talking about the suit again. I was gonna say so. I completely. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. I was gonna say something else
Frank
about the
Castle?
suit. Yes. Yes. So obviously that's made me remember what I was gonna say. So obviously he's given up being Daredevil at the beginning of this trailer. By the looks of things as well, Frank's also given up being Punisher again. Because every time we run into Frank Castle, he's always given up being the Punisher. that seems to be his thing.
It's like his guns. He just picks them up, drops them, picks them up, drops them. Like
Well, it's in the back of that trailer. It looks like he's got a load of guns on the wall at the back. If I were looking at it correctly, so that looks badass. But yeah, he goes a line were crossed in the trailer. Obviously, when you say it to Fisk, he's like, "Why aren't you the vigilante anymore?" What do you think it is? Do you think Matt crossed the line personally? Do you think he fucking killed someone, or?
Yeah, because why would he give up because someone else crossed the line? It's like,
Yeah,
he's met the Punisher several times. It's like, if it was someone like that close to him, not obviously Punisher's not close to him, but I'm saying if it was someone close to him,
bit of mutual respect between them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't think it is anyone else. I think he's probably done something. I don't know. I hope that isn't going to be the thing that you're going to be guessing throughout the whole show. That's my one worry about this.
No, I think they'll lay it out pretty flat right away.
If they need to, they need to just put it in at the start, give us it straight away. We don't need something in the background to keep us watching. I mean, it's Matt Murdock, it's Charlie Cox playing this Daredevil character again. People are going to be watching this week to week.
And, obviously a big point of season 3 is, will he kill Fisk? Will he not kill Fisk? Obviously that's canon now. There's got to be something pretty bad to make him cross that line if he did, if that's what we're saying he did. I don't want it to be he accidentally kicked someone off a roof or something like that. I want it to be, no, he meant to kill him. And then that, Catholic guilt takes place. He's like, I can't be Daredevil anymore. And to him, that's probably punishment enough. So.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, we don't know. They could just, at the end of the day, this could be like a something that they throw off at us. This could be, like Marvel have done in the past. They do it typically with more of their bigger budget films, but it's interesting. And I hope that we find out right away what this dilemma is that he's got in between, because I don't want that. I don't want to be guessing what's going through Daredevil's mind in this really cheap, shitty way. I just want to see this character, and I want to embrace this character with the writing and how he sort of shows himself and how he speaks, how he acts, what he does. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see this character has done something, because then you have a disconnect with the character. Then for me, in that sense, I just don't feel like it's not like I don't want to follow him along. It's just, I think that's a terrible story element to do.
Sometimes it can work. It just depends, Disney Plus have got a history of cock teasing us for 6 episodes straight and then going, here's the villain, or here's what happened, or something like that. But I don't think they will do that.
Even when you look at Moon Knight and that show's pretty great, and I wouldn't say I love it. It definitely has its flaws, but I think
that 5th
Oscar
episode's
Isaac
perfect.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac definitely carries that show. But one of the things I remember us saying is, it's good that they revealed the villain right away, but then you had the whole thing of his other personality being the mystery thing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, no, Disney haven't changed here. It's exactly the same. But again, this looks like it's season 4 on steroids.
Yes.
And, they can't fuck this up, and they can't do their Disney Plus flair to it. I've seen a lot of people complaining about how it looks. I don't personally see it. In the daytime it looks a little grey, but everything else looks relatively okay to me.
Don't watch the original show. Do you know how grey that is on that fucking Netflix palette of sticking it on and then out of focus, in focus sort of where they were shooting it.
Yeah, and another thing is like at nighttime, we haven't, seen too much of nighttime. We've seen like lit up nighttime, I would say, in this trailer. And, at the end of the day, it's just a
Yeah.
trailer. It might look, it probably will look different in the final cut of the show. So, we'll have to wait and see. But
Is
other
the
than that, that's my only concern, I'd
is
say.
the after this I ain't got any concerns. Marvel Disney shill for this so hard. That's what I'm doing. One thing I did want to ask you is there anything you noticed in the trailer, like in the background, anything you saw? Because there's one thing that I saw in the background. It's not like this connects to so and so. It's just a very interesting thing I saw in the background of one of the shots.
What was it?
So when Vanessa and Fisk are toasting to each other, the white painting's in the back, but it's got all the blood.
Oh, okay.
It's got all the blood on it. From when Matt were pretty near enough beating him lifeless at the end of season 3, and all the blood were going onto
I didn't see that.
onto the painting.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, the painting's there, because that painting means so much as well. And the fact that they're keeping it with all the blood on it as well. It's probably just a reminder to Fisk and Vanessa how much they've had to sacrifice. As much as...
Listen, Callum, this is perfect. This is giving me like when Netflix, announced that they were making a Daredevil show, I was like, all right, okay, whatever. And then it released, and it was fucking amazing. I think for me, I kind of, going into superhero stuff, I didn't expect it to be so like brutally realistic, and so it was a nice surprise for me, and I love the show. And I just remember us sitting down watching it together at times, especially when the newer seasons, second and third, would come out. And yeah, man, this is the vibe I'm getting, and this is what we want. And hopefully they stick the landing. It looks like they are.
Yeah.
It looks like it's it's season 4.
Gonna make you feel old.
Go on.
When this comes out, it'll be about a month off from the 10-year anniversary of Daredevil season 1 coming out. Yeah. But no.
10 years of...
Like you said, it's perfect. I am at the point now where we've always said... We've said since, the middle of 2023, since we knew that we were redoing everything after the writers' strikes, we've always said the real test for Marvel is Captain America Brave New World and Daredevil Born Again. Then we'll know if they're on the right track. I'm a massive Captain America fan. I am. I love Sam as Cap. Do you know what? If Brave New World sucks after this trailer, I ain't even bothered. I'm not even worried about this. This looks like it's in the right hands, and it looks like it's in the hands of the people who get it. So,
I mean, going forward with the MCU, I think Brave New World needs to be a good stepping stone, though. I will say that, because...
Yeah, no, it definitely needs to be.
It won't be a good sign if Brave New World isn't great and, say, Thunderbolts is okay-ish. I mean, that's like a dark timeline for us if that happens, because then the Avengers movie is in like, ooh, I don't know if this is going to be any cop. But, no, I agree with you. The trailer was perfection from what we have seen so far.
I'm not even worried about this now.
I agree with you on this as well. I think I don't need to see anything else.
Yeah.
This trailer has done it for me, so if they release anything else, I probably will just skip it and miss.
Because we know there was all them set photos of like John Bernthal and Charlie Cox together. They didn't show us any of that, which is great because that's probably in like the latter half of the season. I bet they've showed us stuff from like, 9 episodes? I bet they've showed us stuff from like the first 5, maybe.
I'll say this as well, like, so I've already mentioned it. My only concern is the whole, what's this? If it feels like it was meant to be in the show, it feels like that was an element of the show, and that's not like a Disney Plus element, then fine. But if it's not, and it does feel like that in the show a little bit, I think that's the thing that's kind of gonna bung it down for me, because this potentially, Callum, could be the best season of Daredevil
Better than
as a
season
whole.
3. Damn. Yeah, I mean, look, but you go back and you look at the first season of Daredevil. Well, every season of Daredevil, apart from season 3, actually, which didn't actually incorporate many flashbacks. But you look at season 1 and 2, that incorporated flashbacks quite a lot, and they moved the story forward as well. Like, the flashback stories were being kind of told at the same time as the main story, and we're progressing together. So if they can do something like that, then
Yeah, as long as it progresses it and it doesn't have that annoying gimmick of, ooh, what did he do? Who did he kill? When did it happen? What weapon did he kill him with? Was it an accident? What's the scenario here?
yeah,
That's not what I want. I want it to be like, show us little tidbits of it, maybe, or just show us from the start. I think if they show us from the start, fine.
yeah.
If it's just one last thing, if it's trickled in, like you said, then all right, maybe.
Another thing I just wanted to point out before we go here today is James Gandolfini's son. Obviously played Tony Soprano in The Sopranos. No longer with us, but his son. He played Tony Soprano in The Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos prequel film. So obviously the son played his dad. He's actually in this. You see him in a shot for a second. He's playing a young Fisk, I believe. So we're definitely going to get some Fisk flashbacks, but of a young adult sort of. So yeah, can't wait. I'm a happy man. I'm sorry I didn't get to share my tears here, but that ain't happening. You ain't seeing me cry. I'll do it in privacy. And don't you dare pull out that picture of me crying over the announcement of this, Kyle. We just know next time we go, Kyle's going to change his background to a picture of me crying.
I'll make you cry.
Definitely. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Let us know what you thought of the Daredevil Born Again trailer down below. It seems to be one thing online at the moment that's actually bringing people together. Marvel, Disney, haters, people who think the MCU's just been sucking a bit lately. Everyone, it seems like this trailer is bringing people together. And that's all we wanted to see, is arms and legs getting broken, and then we're all happy. So thanks for watching, and we will see you when the next going to see us, Kyle. Friday. Yeah, but what if you die?
Friday. Then
the show must go on. See you later.